Alrighty guys, so here's my little, what would be called, like an AR-5, right? Like an MP5, but it's an AR. We had the Geisley trigger in this before, and we switched that out because it was having sporadic extreme bump fire. I'll just call it extreme bump firing. Basically what we had. Maybe I'll show some pictures of that in here. But basically all it was doing was bump firing. It was like a hair trigger bump fire. That it was too easy to do it, and it was just getting kind of annoying, and I just didn't really want to do that right now. Okay, so I put a mil-spec trigger in here. It's a little bit heavier. It is not a Geisley. Nice, solid reset. Kind of clunky. Nothing special about that trigger. It is actually, according to this wheeler, like a 6.5 pound trigger. Okay, I believe that. It's pretty heavy. Okay, so here's some I don't know what the grains of these are. They're standard velocity, like they're regular stuff. Okay, but we got those guys loaded up with the, I think it's a 4-inch barrel and the Omega 9K. Beautiful little thing. And this Pinty optic is starting to give me troubles. So I'm glad I haven't really made the review on the Pinty optic, because he's really not wanting to work. Alright, but we're going to shoot it anyway. So we got like 16 rounds. I think we got 16 rounds. Let's see if we can make it through without any hiccups. We were having some ejection issues, so I'm going to put you right back here a little bit, so you're not quite in the path of the ejection. But I'm going to put you back here, and hopefully you'll be able to see what's going on. And hopefully we don't hurt anything, or the camera, or anybody else. I don't know if you can tell if it's picking it up or not. Well, the suppressor is actually working very well. I love the suppressor. Absolutely love the suppressor. It works very, very well. It shockingly works very, very well. But it's very gassy. I don't know if you caught that very much at all. It's very gassy, this whole system. I don't know why. It has I can't remember the company right now that makes it, but it's got a magnetically delayed buffer system, right, for the 9mm. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool design, pretty cool idea. And I don't know what it is about this whole thing of why it's being so gassy, but I'm not even shooting fast, and I'm like tearing up and everything. But anyway, let's throw some 164s and some 147s, see if we can really hear a difference there. And then I'll throw some of these regular pressure ones. We'll do 5 of each one and kind of see if y'all can pick up the difference on that. Okay, so here we go. It'd be 5 rounds of like standard stuff, whatever you want to call it. I think they're 124 grain. Just thinking stuff behind me. I think they're 124 grain, not exactly sure, but they're like standard velocity. I'm just going to call them standard velocity. So those, and then 147s and 165s. 5 rounds of each one. I'll shoot them off into the dirt, so hopefully, and I'll turn you this way a little bit and I'll back up. So hopefully you actually get a better representation of what this gun sounds like. Okay, so off into the dirt at about 100 yards. Here we go. I know myself listening to that, it's crazy how those 165s, they are so quiet to me. Just listening to it, look at that, that is cool. I just love those things. Anyway, those 165s are definitely just quiet. I can basically, on that last shot, I don't know if you caught it, like I was able to basically shoot and take the gun down and hear the bullet impact. I was out here last weekend shooting the same, I don't know if it was this setup, but it was pretty much the same thing, but was with those 165s, and you could literally stand there behind somebody. It was either last week or the weekend before. You could stand there behind them and you could watch the bullet. If you're behind them, if you're to the side too much, then it's too fast. But if you're behind them, you literally, it's like throwing a rock. You could literally see it. It's that slow. So these are fun for like range kind of stuff and just being stupid quiet. You could almost get away with using this as like pest control in your backyard. You just about could. It's crazy. It's crazy. See, there's things in the woods that keep making noise. Anyway, it's pretty crazy. But anyway, that's this guy for now. I've got some other things I want to do to it. I need to fudge it with these little optic things and get them working right. These are knockoffs, so they need to be glued and Loctited and done whatever they need to be done with. And then this Penty is just, it's starting to give me fits. Sometimes it turns on, sometimes it doesn't turn on, sometimes it's green, sometimes it's red. I don't know. I think we did get 2 major issues that we were dealing with before, which is why I really haven't made too many videos with this guy. Our ejector, right, on these guys, the ejector is kind of like a Colt style, right, where the ejector is not built into the bolt carrier group. The ejector is actually right here. It's this piece, and I had to bend it a little bit. It just wasn't working. First off, it came out, which was bad, and we didn't really know it. And then thankfully, as we were picking up brass, I was like, what's this little thing? And I put 2 and 2 together and figured it out. And thankfully the little screws, because it's held in with screws, they didn't come out, they just came loose. So those are still in there, and I Loctited the living daylights out of them. Hopefully they won't come out anymore. But I was able to bend the ejector to match the bolt carrier group so that it fits properly, and I think it fits properly. I don't know if you'll be able to see down in there. This camera does a little bit better job, but if you can see the ejector, right, and you can kind of see I had to bend it up to better match the bolt carrier group. I don't know if that came out very well, but hopefully you could see that, because it was too low to where the ejection, sometimes it would eject, and then half the times, it seemed like half the times the rounds would get caught up like right on the inside, and they weren't ejecting quite right. But so far today, with Loctiting the crap out of it and then bending it to match properly, it seems to be doing fine. It seems to be doing well. But anyway, guys, that's this little guy, whatever you want to call it, an AR-5, or I don't want to call it an AR anything, because who knows if that'll get outlawed or not. But it's not an AR, and it's not an MP5, but it takes bits and pieces of both of them. It's like they had a baby, right? Take those things and have a baby. So an MP15, there you go. That's what I'm going to call it. Anyway, a little update on that guy for y'all.